Welcome back to Royals Corner, where we bring you the most compelling stories from inside the palace walls. If you're fascinated by royal drama, power moves, and family feuds that make your own family gatherings look tame, you're in the right place. Before we dive into today's explosive story, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest royal revelations. Trust me, you'll want to be here for what's coming next. Picture this. It's late evening at the Royal Lodge, a 30-room mansion nestled in the heart of Windsor. Prince Andrew is settling in for the night when suddenly, there's an urgent knock at the door. What happens next has sent shockwaves through the monarchy and left the world asking one question: has King Charles finally had enough? Today, we're uncovering the truth behind the most dramatic royal eviction since, well, possibly ever. This isn't just about a house. This is about power, loyalty, scandal, and a king who's drawing a line in the sand. So grab your tea, settle in, and let's talk about the night everything changed for Prince Andrew. To understand why this moment is so significant, we need to rewind. The Royal Lodge isn't just any property. This Grade II listed mansion has been Prince Andrew's home since 2003, a gift from his mother, the late Queen Elizabeth. With 30 rooms, 90 acres of pristine Windsor parkland, and a price tag that would make your jaw drop, it's the kind of residence that screams royalty. But here's where it gets interesting. Andrew has been living there under a 75-year lease that he secured for an absolute steal. We're talking about a property worth tens of millions, and Andrew's been paying a fraction of what it's actually worth. Sweet deal, right? Not anymore. Since ascending to the throne, King Charles has been on a mission. He's streamlining the monarchy, cutting costs, and most importantly, redefining what it means to be a working royal. And Andrew, well, he's been the elephant in the room that no one wants to talk about but everyone's thinking about. After stepping back from royal duties following his disastrous Newsnight interview in the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, Andrew has been in royal limbo. He's not a working royal, but he's been living like one. And for King Charles, that's become an increasingly unacceptable situation. For months, there's been a quiet war brewing between the king and his younger brother. Charles has been pushing Andrew to downsize, to move into something more appropriate for a non-working royal. The suggested alternative: Frogmore Cottage, the former home of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Now, if you know anything about the drama surrounding Frogmore, you'll appreciate the irony here. It's a beautiful property, but it's a significant downgrade from the Royal Lodge. We're talking about going from 30 rooms to a much more modest setup. Andrew, however, has been digging in his heels. Sources close to the prince say he's been adamant that he has every legal right to stay, pointing to his lease agreement. He's invested millions of his own money into renovations, and he's not about to walk away without a fight. But here's what Andrew might have underestimated: King Charles isn't just his older brother anymore. He's the king, and with that title comes power that even family ties can't override. Reports suggest that Charles has been cutting Andrew's annual allowance, effectively squeezing his brother financially. Without the funds to maintain such an enormous property, the writing was on the wall. But Andrew held on, hoping for a reprieve that never came. So what actually happened on that fateful night? According to palace insiders, the situation reached a breaking point. Charles had given Andrew multiple deadlines, all of which had been ignored or pushed back. The king's patience, known to be thin when it comes to matters of royal dignity and public perception, had finally run out. The details are still emerging, but sources suggest that Andrew received a final ultimatum. The message was clear: vacate the Royal Lodge, or face consequences that would make the situation even more uncomfortable for everyone involved. Some reports indicate that security arrangements were set to be reviewed, which, given Andrew's ongoing concerns about his safety, would have been a significant pressure point. Others suggest that the financial squeeze had become so tight that staying was no longer practically viable. What we do know is that the situation came to a head quickly. This wasn't a gradual, dignified transition. This was decisive action from a monarch who's determined to reshape the royal family's public image, and Andrew found himself on the wrong side of that vision. The symbolism is impossible to ignore. The Royal Lodge, once a symbol of Andrew's status and his mother's affection, has become a battleground for the future of the monarchy itself. This isn't just about one prince and one property. This is King Charles making a statement about accountability, about the cost of scandal, and about who belongs in the inner circle of the modern monarchy. Charles has been vocal about his vision of a slimmed-down monarchy, where only working royals receive the perks and privileges of palace life. By removing Andrew from the royal lodge, he's putting action behind those words. The message to the public is clear. No one is above consequences, not even the king's own brother. For Andrew, this is perhaps the most public humiliation yet in a series of falls from grace. From his position as the Queen's favorite son to becoming the royal family's most problematic member, his journey has been nothing short of spectacular in its downfall. But for Charles, this move is risky too. Family drama played out in public never looks good, and there are those who will see this as heavy-handed or cruel. However, Charles seems to have calculated that the risk of keeping Andrew in such prominent accommodations is greater than the backlash from removing him. So there you have it, the incredible story of how King Charles finally took decisive action against Prince Andrew. Whether you see this as a necessary step for a modernizing monarchy or a harsh family feud playing out on the public stage, one thing is certain, the royal family will never quite be the same. What do you think? Did King Charles do the right thing? Is this about protecting the monarchy's reputation, or has it gone too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and I love hearing your perspectives. If you enjoyed this deep dive into royal drama, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your fellow royal watchers, and don't forget to subscribe to Royals Corner for more exclusive content. Hit that notification bell so you're first to know when we post our next video. Until next time, stay curious, stay royal, and I'll see you in the next one.